Please, who brought you? You came by yourself. Amen. Wow. How did you hear that? How did you hear about the ministry?
I saw you on Facebook months ago. And then I called you.
You called me?
Yeah, we talked on the phone.
Really?
And then you said the church is not yet going. That over maybe it's a sign from God that you have to start, And
oh, wow.
I don't know, back some months ago. And
wow.
Finally,
wow. Listen, just stand. Just stand. I have to speak to you. I have to speak to you. Wow. And long ago. Hey. You should have come. See, on Friday, I had a vision. And I don't pray for God to really give me visions about nations like that. But I was minding my business. And I was sleeping. And God interrupted me. And suddenly, I was in a place called Cameroon. And whilst I was in a place called Cameroon, I saw that they were getting ready for an election. And while they were getting ready, I saw one man, and the man went to a church and asked the pastor to pray for him. And I saw the church prayed for him. And then he went to another church, and the church prayed for him. And he went to contest, or they went for the election. And everything about the election was done. Then, as I stood within the vision, I saw the man wore white and wore cap, and then came to the church and actually there was money in a brown envelope, big brown envelope. And the money within the brown envelope was actually CFA. It's written CFA. And the man went to the first church. But when the man went to the first church, I saw that the churches, the leaders of the churches have gathered in one room, and they were discussing about the elections and how they were glad of the outcome of the election. And this happened whilst I stood there. The man that had become now the president was actually bargaining of whom to give the money to, because he was coming to give thanks to God for actually putting him on the seat. So what happened is, I stood by the man and I said, the first man that prayed for you, he is the reason why you have ascended to the throne and to the presidency in Cameroon. So give him the money. And so I saw the man walk into the room where the pastor was standing, and then he gave the money to him and thanked him for praying for him. And the man left. So whilst the man was going, or the man that had won or become the president was going out, I saw the pastor called me to come into his chambers. So I entered into his chambers. And when I entered into his chambers, he said, thank you so much for doing what you did. And then he took some of the money. He gave me, it was like either 50,000 or 500,000, but it was in fives. And he says, take, this is a gift for you, prophet. And I received it. But whilst I was receiving it, I said, but me, I don't eat or I don't spend CFA. I spend another currency. Does the president doesn't have any other currency? And then the pastor said, yes, the president have another currency, and that currency is called the British pound sterling, and that it is at home. if you want that British pound sterling, I can take this money and let him give you that pound sterling. And then I said, it is fine, don't worry yourself, I am okay with this. And then I walked off and I came out of the vision. So when I came out of the vision, I'm like, what is going on? Because I understand most of the African countries have already elected their president. So I didn't even know. So something said, just check. Then I realized Cameroon is about to go for an election. Next month. Now, I do believe God is doing something new. And I'm going to leave the vision as it is. But the one that would actually ascend the throne and to rule for the next Canaan, then to rule the nation, would have something to do with the church. And I believe that is going to be the man God is going to choose for the country. Because God has actually prepared a man that he's going to give to the country. And the man will be the man that will actually involve himself with the church, because it has to do with the church and it has to do with the money. So watch out, whoever will ascend to the throne of Cameroon will have something to do with church and will have something to do with the CFA franc and the British pound sterling. And that is the meaning, that is actually the whole meat of the vision dwells on the church, the CFA franc, and the pound sterling. And the Lord said, watch out, because there is a man that is chosen for the nation. Man of God, where do you come from?
Cameroon.
Clap for Jesus. I gave you the microphone for a reason, because whilst you were sitting down, I kept feeling and sensing Cameroon, strong. And whilst I was actually about to prophesy to the Lord, said, no, don't prophesy to me first. Speak to the nation first.
Amen.
Because God is about to do, and to put, it will shock people. It will shock. However God will do it, there will be something new that will happen in the nation.